Hello, welcome back to the Potato Museum show. For many years, we reached out to the public with a publication called The Potato Museum's Peelings. Many of the subjects that we're doing on these shows are based on the themes that we covered in this publication. Meredith wrote the text, I did a lot of the research, and it divided up into just great topics. So that was the Potato Museum's Peelings. One of the back pages that I just was recently looking over was this. It's a politician in Toledo, Ohio in the 30s, standing in front of a couple of big truckloads of potatoes. I never really focused on this story. I think we're just covering politicians connected with potatoes or something of the theme. But recently, I really took a turn into, or a dive into, the man who was responsible or involved with this ad, and that was Addison Thacher, 1887-1963. Another free potato provider in a series that we've been doing on the benevolent potato and people who are getting the goodness of the potato to people. So Addison Thacher was an expert diver. He had a hardworking, successful owner of a construction company that specialized in marine underwater projects. And he used his own wealth to provide food and shelter for thousands of unemployed and food insecure citizens of his city of Toledo. And the Depression hit. It was so hard that he was, when he was elected mayor in 1931, his supporters celebrated by these truckloads of potatoes which were taken to his soup kitchen that he had been supporting and maintaining for years for the poor in the town. And once he was mayor, he was famous for putting on an apron and help preparing meals at his soup kitchen and his various food banks. And this shows the mayor's 8 cents per day menus, and every one of those, except seems Monday did not feature potatoes, but every other day had the potatoes. 4-cent meal for needy arranged by mayor-elect. 8 cents per day provides 2 wholesome servings. Thacher finds at Toledo. He's a really good Samaritan. Look at that. Helps cook dinner for 3,000 Toledoans. And we're going to go on to this article. The meals were he paid for this out of his own fortune, as I said earlier. And he was one of those special people who believed that it was a good to take care of those who needed it most. And here's his obituary and a couple of things also about him. His interest in charity and the down and outer dated from the time he brought back to Toledo a fellow train rider. I'm not sure what that reference is. Walking the streets Christmas Day, 1915, Mr. Thacher was asked by several panhandlers for the price of a meal. Instead, he herded them into the dining room of the old Jefferson, later the Bell Hotel, and before the day ended, he had fed 56 people. I assume this was a really nice restaurant, but he had these people come in and have a nice meal. Each year, the number he fed on Christmas increased. For a while, he held the dinners in the Toledo Athletic Club and later in the Toledo Terminal building on Cherry Street, since destroyed by fire. Hundreds came to these dinners. The food was donated anonymously by friends of Mr. Thacher. The peak was reached on Christmas 1933 when he provided food, bags of candy, and toys to 10,000 hungry and needy persons, including hundreds of children. This again was during the Depression. Mr. Thacher was driving on St. Clair Street, there's another part of his obituary, when he saw a man waving a gun and backing the officers toward a billboard. Mr. Thacher cut off his car motor and coasted slowly to the curb, quietly leaving the car. He crept up behind the gunman and leapt on his back. The gunman fired 2 shots, one of which struck Mr. Thacher in the head, causing him to lose his hearing in one ear. Thacher was in a hospital for 3 weeks afterwards. He would refer to his damaged ear by remarking that now I only have to hear what I want to hear. good sense of humor and a good guy. Lover of dogs, also mentioned in his obituary. Mr. Thacher was a dog lover. Under his direction, it was arranged for dogs picked up by the dog catcher to be placed in homes of owners who consented to buy licenses for them. So that's Addison Thacher, good guy, provider of potatoes and other meals to people or insecure people. And we're going to be doing more programs about these kinds of people in the future. So if you like what we're doing, join us on the Potato Museum. Subscribe, give us comments, messages, questions. We always welcome that. See you again sometime. Bye.